Hi there, it is so nice to have you back on our tutorial series on YouTube, proudly brought to you by O3 School's JAMB app. So today we're looking at the second account of creation. We've looked at the first account of creation, and if you missed that video, you can go check it out. So let's go into the second account. The second account of creation is documented in Genesis chapter 2 from verse 4 to 25 to the end. Let's put it that way. To the very end. So when we looked at the first account of creation, we said the first account of creation is referred to as the that of creation by so many scholars. Now the second account is referred to as the how of creation. This is because, as opposed to the first account where it was God said, and God said, let there be. So there was really no explanation as to how God created the world. So in the second account, details were given, which is why scholars refer to it as the how of creation. Now let's run through this account. First off, the Bible says the earth was bare. There were no herbs, no plants, no trees, no man to even till the ground, and the land was bare because God had not caused rain to fall. Instead, a mist went from the ground and watered the face of the earth. Then God formed man. That was the first step. God formed man. You can see it, unlike in the first account that said, God said, let us make man in our own image. This account says God formed man, and he didn't just stop there. He said God formed man from dust, and he breathed into his nostrils, and that was how man became a living being. So there were details in this second account of creation. So God didn't just say, let there be man, or I am making man, as it was in the first account. God formed man from dust, and then he breathed into his nostrils. Man became a living being. That was the first step. And then secondly, God planted a garden. In the east of Eden. So next, God planted a garden in the east of Eden. He then made trees. Grow from the ground. All kinds of trees. After planting a garden, he made trees grow from the ground. All manner. The Bible even said the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil were in among the trees that God made grow in the Garden of Eden. Then there was also a river. God made a river to water the garden. And then when the river flowed in, it divided into four. We have River Pishon, River Gihon, River Hiddekel, and Euphrates. So God made a river to flow out of Eden and water the garden. The river divided into four rivers, which these are their names. Then God put man in the Garden of Eden to tend it and keep it. And he gave man instruction. Of all the trees you see here, you are free to eat from it, except from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So God put man in the garden he had planted, and he commanded him to eat freely of all the trees except one. Then next, God said that it was not good for man to be alone. God did not want man to be alone. God decided to make a helper for man. So God made beasts of the air, beasts of the land rather, and birds of the air. So after God had planted the garden and watered it and put man there with instructions, God then made beasts of the land and birds of the air and brought them to man, to the man he had created, and asked him to name them. He named all of it, but still there was none that could, serve as a helper for man. So God then caused man to fall into a deep sleep, and then he took his ribs and covered the back. With the ribs, he made woman. So God created woman. So God created woman and brought him to man. And man said, behold, this is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. And he named her woman because she was taken out of man. And then we have the whole, then shall the man leave his father and mother and king. Basically, this was what started marriage. That's the second account of creation. We said it's also referred to as the how, because there were more details than the first. And then firstly, God formed man. Then he planted a garden in the east of Eden, and he made trees grow from the ground. He also made a river to water the garden. The river divided into 4, and these are the names of the 4 rivers. Then he made beasts of the land and birds of the air when he saw that man was alone, and it was not good for man to be alone. Lastly, he made woman when man was not able to get a helper befitting for him from the animals and the beasts and the birds that God had made and the man had named. Now let's look at similarities and differences between the first account and the second account of creation. Of creation. 1, we have God is sovereign. That's the first similarity. Whether the first account or the second account, God created the universe. God created the world. So in the first account, it was done by God. In the second account, it was also done by God. God in his sovereignty, in his, all-powerful state, created the universe. So God is sovereign. That is one of the similarities that we can draw from both accounts. He created the universe with his power. We see in the first account, God said, let there be this, God created this, God created. All of it was done by God. Same thing in the second account as well. So God is sovereign, God is all powerful, God is the source of life, God is the source of all that exists. God is the creator. That is one of the similarities. Then 2, we have man was given dominion over all things. In the first account, God made man in his image and, likeness, and he gave him power. He gave him dominion over all that he had created. And then the second account, God put man in the Garden of Eden, and he asked him to what? To tend it, to maintain it, to till it. And he gave him what? Control. He gave him the right to eat freely from all the trees that God had made to grow out of the ground. And even when God created beasts of the field and birds of the air, God brought them to man and asked him to what? To name them. So a similarity between both accounts is the fact that man was given dominion over all things. Man had, power. God gave man power to subdue everything. And then lastly, we have the fact that God created male and female. Even though they said man in the first account, under it, the Bible went on to what? To explain that he created them male and female. And then in the second account, Bible said after God had given man beasts of the field and birds of the air, he still did not find a befitting helper, which now made God to cause him to fall into a deep sleep and took his ribs to form woman. So both accounts, God created male and female. These are some of the similarities between the accounts. That one, God is sovereign. God is, all powerful. Then man was given dominion over all things, and God created them male and female. Let's look at differences. First off, details. The details were not really given in the first account. In the first account, all we had is God said, let there be light, and there was light. God said, let the firmament sort separate the waters, and the firmament did. God said, that was what we have in the first account. But in the second account, there were more details. God formed man from dust, and he breathed life into his nostrils. That was how man came to be. In the first account, we just had God said, let us make man in our own image and likeness. How man actually came about was not what's stated in the first account. Even woman, it was in the second account we got to know that God made woman from man after he had caused man to fall into a deep sleep. It's also in the second account we knew that the first man's name was Adam. Nothing about Adam was said in the first account, but in the second account, Adam was mentioned. Details were what were mentioned, Garden of Eden and all of that. There were more details in the second account than the first account. Then in the second difference was man. In the first account, man was created last. On the sixth day, God created land, animals, and man. But in the second account, man was created first. The land was bare, it was, barren. God had not caused rain to fall on the earth, and there was no man to till the earth. So God formed man. In the first account, man was created last. In the second account, man was created first. Then next, we also say relationship with God. So the first account is a formal account. God said, let there be this. And even when God created man, all we were told was that God blessed him and said, be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth, subdue, and all of that. Take control of everything that God had created. That was it. But in the second account, we see a personal relationship with God. First, God came to man and, put him in the Garden of Eden after having made trees as food for him and all of that. And then God still came back and was like, it's not good for man to be alone, and created, animals. And even when man had named the animals, God was like, okay, there's no helper for him. So the second account creates like a personal relationship, while the first account is a formal account. These are differences between the first and the second account of creation. Then we look at the significance of the creation story. First, that God is sovereign. The creation story tells us that God is sovereign. God is the creator of everything that was ever created. So the creation story tells us that God is sovereign. He's all powerful, The creation story expresses the sovereignty of God. Next, it tells us the plan that God had for man. In both accounts, man was given dominion over everything. So it tells us that the plan God had for man was, continuity. Let's put it that way. God wanted man to continue from where he had stopped, take over and oversee, have dominion over everything that was created, and even continue in the creative process. So the creation story tells us the plan God had for man, and then it also serves as foundation for Christians. It serves as a foundation for the Christian faith. It serves as a foundation for the Christian faith. The creation story serves as, foundation. So many Christian beliefs these days can be explained with the creation story. I mean, the Sabbath can be explained with the creation story because God worked for 6 days and rested on the 7th day. So the Sabbath can be explained with the creation. So even marriage can be explained from what? Creation story. So the creation story serves as foundation for the Christian faith. That's it for the second account of creation, the similarities, the differences, and even the word significance of creation story. Now let's head to the app and look for questions, past questions on this topic. Before we do that, if you have learned a thing or two from this video, please do me a favor by liking, share to other friends that have examinations coming up, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our latest updates. Now back to the O3 Schools JAMB app for our questions. The O3 Schools JAMB app is available for download on Play Store. All you have to do is download it, activate it with a one-time payment of 3,000 Naira, and then you get access to all the features that the app has to offer. Like now, questions on the second account of creation, I can search for it and get it. Here's one, 2004 UTME, number 35. It is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper fit for him. After the statement, the first thing God did was to A. Form beasts and birds and bring them to man. B. Take one of man's ribs and close up its place with flesh. C. Make a rib into a woman and bring her to man. D. Cause a deep sleep to fall upon the man. The answer is A. Form beasts and birds and bring them to the man. This is a question from the second account of creation. Take note, all I did was to type it, second account of creation, and then questions that have been asked under this topic came out. So the answer is that God formed beasts and birds and brought them to man when he said it was not good for man to be alone. Here's another question. Asked in the year 2000, number 12. In the creation story, man was permitted to A. Plant fruit trees for food. B. Water the garden. C. Make garments of skin. D. Name all the creatures. The answer is name all the creatures. God grew the trees. He made trees to grow from the ground. He made a river water the garden. Then making garments of skin, that was done way after they had disobeyed God. So the answer to this question is D. Name all the creatures. And then we have another. This is question 12 of 2002 questions. The second creation story ends with the institution of A. The Sabbath, B. The Passover, C. Marriage, D. Circumcision. It was the first creation story that ended with the institution of the Sabbath. The Passover is not even part of the creation story. And then circumcision was between God's covenant with Abraham. So the answer here is marriage. The second creation story ended with the institution of marriage. So these are a few questions that I just took from the O3 Schools JAMB app. There are many more available on the app. You just head on to Play Store, download, activate, and you're good to go. Thank you.